Welcome to it. The FBI has finally agreed anti-Trump agent Peter Strzok is gone. Does this mean the end of the Mueller investigation? The president seems to think so. Earlier today, we learned the feds sent Strzok packing on Friday. And as you recall, he's the guy who sent text messages to his FBI lover, Lisa Page, where he slammed the president and said he was going to stop him from getting elected. He testified on Capitol Hill last month, and lawmakers hammered him on his anti-Trump bias. Remember this?
The "will stop it," you were speaking on behalf of the American people. Is that correct?
I don't recall writing that text.
Are you denying writing the text?
What I can tell you is that text in no way suggested that I or the FBI would take any action to influence the candidacy of
Agent
candidate
Strzok,
Trump.
that is a fantastic answer to a question nobody asked.
You go, Gowdy. Today, the president tweeted, quote, Agent Peter Strzok was just fired from the FBI. Finally, the list of bad players in the FBI and DOJ gets longer and longer based on the fact that Strzok was in charge of the witch hunt. Will it be dropped? Is it a total hoax? No collusion, no obstruction. I just fight back. Analysts say it's unlikely his firing will end the Mueller probe, but Strzok's attorney, he's fighting back, saying his firing, Strzok's firing, was politically motivated. So is this the end of the story? Or is another chapter about to start? I've got former Trump campaign communications advisor Michael Caputo to answer some of those questions. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hi, Kennedy. Thanks
Hi.
for inviting me.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about this. You say Peter Strzok's firing only goes a half step. Why do you say that?
Oh, I think after what we've seen of Peter Strzok, I mean, even the Inspector General of the Department of Justice said, you know, contrary to what that tape you played of him at the hearing, the Inspector General ruled that he was he thought that Strzok was inclined to take action to stop Donald Trump from being president. They didn't fire him after determining that. I don't know why. Thank God they fired him today. I think it's a great day for America. I also think it's a great day for the FBI. I mean, here we have Comey fired, McCabe fired, now Strzok fired, and of course his lover, Lisa Page, fired. That's a pretty good house cleaning over there. Maybe some more needs to be done. But I know rank-and-file agents in the FBI have been looking forward to this day for quite some time. A lot of them have been embarrassed about the political leadership that they've had to endure for a little while, and Strzok is just part of the house cleaning. I also think, Kennedy, that he's done some things wrong. I think his name is under a lot of that black ink from the redacted Department of Justice documents. Yeah. I think he needs to be investigated. I think he needs to be prosecuted. I think he needs to be tried. And if he's found guilty, I think he needs to be put in jail.
All right. Is he the only one who requires accountability? Do you think there are other people who might have had just as much of a hand in not only the Hillary Clinton email server investigation, but also the transition to the Trump-Russia collusion investigation? Are there others out there we don't know about yet?
Oh, I think so, and I think a lot of it's under that black ink. I also believe, like, for example, I don't know why anybody in the media isn't asking this question, but we don't know how that Russian attorney, Natalia Veselnitskaya, got a visa to get into the United States to attend that June 7th, 2016 Trump Tower
you say
meeting.
that the
She was denied a
FBI,
visa
you said the
by
FBI granted her an informant visa waiver. What is that exactly?
I think she got a visa from Peter Strzok, an informant visa.
Yeah, okay, so you don't know that she got an informant visa. You think that we don't know some of that information, as you say, because of the redactions. But what leads you to believe not only that she did get an informant visa, but that Peter Strzok's name was on the application?
Well, I believe that they were utilizing informant visas, S-type public benefit waivers, they call them, but they're all used by informants. Most of the people I know in law enforcement call them informant visas. You know, the FBI informant who approached me at the end of May in 2016 was here in the country for 17 years on a variety of S-type visas, informant visas. And at the bottom of that memo requesting the visa, there's a control officer, typically from the DOJ or the FBI. I think the Congress should be asking for that memo, the ICE memo, that requested her visa. It's a very simple question, one that could be looked at in a classified arena, and I think we'll find out that Peter Strzok is in there somewhere.
All right, does Peter Strzok's firing have any correlation or any implication on the Mueller campaign, or the Mueller investigation, rather?
Well, you know, if you pay attention, I guess, real close to this, I guess Robert Mueller was the one that fired him in the first place from his own investigation. I think he was glad to be done with him. You know, I think that this was eventual, you know, was going to happen eventually, that he was going to get fired completely. You know, I think, Kennedy, that now that the FBI has thrown Peter Strzok under the bus, we ought to scrape him up off the road and investigate him.
All right, so clearly you're not happy with Peter Strzok, which I understand.
I think he should go to jail for what he's done to my family.
I think
he should go to jail for what he's done to a lot of families.
Explain that.
I think a lot of these people who were involved in this.
You were accused essentially of having ties to Russia and being a part of the Trump campaign. What did Peter Strzok do to ruin your life?
I believe that he sent an FBI informant, a Russian criminal, to me. And at the end of May, I tried to present that to the Mueller investigation. It was very clear they already knew everything about this guy. I believe they were sending informants into a lot of people, not just Stephen Halper to Papadopoulos and Carter Page, but more people. That's not how the FBI works. They don't just send informants at marginal people in the campaign like me.
Okay, so which was the cart and which was the horse? Did they send people on a fishing expedition?
We think now, at least, that what they're saying out of the DOJ is that the full investigation started at the end of July. I believe that's true. But in FBI parlance, before a full investigation, there is a preliminary investigation. I believe that was going on all the way at the beginning of May, maybe even April. And you can do everything that you can do in a full investigation
you can
in a preliminary investigation, including send informants into the campaign.
And if you're the FBI, you can do all of that without a warrant. If you just have some suspicion that it is an issue of national security. It's pretty frightening stuff the more you look into it, and obviously you want there to be a much deeper look. Michael Caputo, thank you so much.